Welcome to Tea with Jay. I am your host, Jerica Wortham, and today we have a very special guest, Miss Tyra. Tyra, welcome to the show.
Hey.
We are excited to have you here, and we're going to talk about some things. How have you been?
I've been good. A little stressed right now because I'm in a tiny rush, but I'm excited to be here. This is really cool.
This is good time. So we know you're going to be in the upcoming Queendom lineup, and we're excited about that. You're new to Tulsa, right? When did you get here?
Yeah, so I would say I'm not as new, but I've been here like a year now, and just still getting my feet wet.
So what brought you to Tulsa?
Really family at first. I have a brother that lives here, and they just kind of asked if I was interested, and I was like, yes, not to pay expensive rent. In Dallas, it's super crazy right now, so got out of there.
Yeah. And so have you been performing around town?
Yeah, that's kind of like one of the first things I was trying to do when I moved here. I kind of was in a space where I kind of wasn't doing much, so I was like, okay, let me actually try to pursue, like my music again. So I started doing the Ground Waves series when they were doing that. So that was like one of the first performances I did here.
I love that. And I understand that today is actually an anniversary of something. Can you tell us what that's at?
Yeah, this time last year I released my EP called Tiny Expressions, and they're just 3 little songs that I recorded, produced on myself, like played all the instruments, and it was like a goal to myself to have like a project that I could call my own.
Yeah, so you wrote it, you produced it. What was that process like? Like, what was your inspiration in the process?
It was a lot of, like, at the time, I would say, like, sadness, because I was going through a transition of, moving somewhere new, like, not knowing anybody, and trying to figure out if that was the right decision that I made. And so a lot of it is kind of like melancholy, like I'm here, like, I'm jaded. So it was a lot of like feelings like that.
Do you feel like you made the right decision?
Yes, I do actually. And I'm just really thankful to be here because I've had so many opportunities, and I believe it's, just trying and like God. So
yeah. So grew up in Dallas. That's where you were born and raised.
Yes.
I want to know, what is so we know you sing, right? But do you have any other forms of artistry that you participate in?
I do kind of a lot of things. Like I like to roller skate.
Okay, roll
I like to roller skate, and so there was a point in time I was trying to be like a pro skater. So I was at the skate park, like jumping off stairs and
that kind of skating.
And then I chilled out.
Roll bouncing. You're like out here doing like 360s.
Yes. Other than that, I just try to dabble in like just a lot of instruments. I like to do like the technical side too, so I engineer like just a little bit, enough to like make my own stuff. So, but yeah, pretty much.
So what is your earliest memory of performing?
I did a talent show in 8th grade because I thought I could sing, and me and a friend, we went up there and I busted out laughing like mid-performance. And I think that is why I have a lot of PTSD and like the lack of confidence still to this day, because I just always think about like, I don't know, because it was like embarrassing, but it was funny. So it's like, but that was like my earliest memory.
But you lived through it.
I did.
And we talked about off camera a bit about fear and how you kind of have this motto, like you're just gonna basically do it anyway. So how has that worked for you? Like, what is that about?
Me trying to battle fear has gotten me really far in this past year that I've been here, and it's crazy because I just look back at myself and it's always this weird like nervousness inside that you feel, but I do it anyway and it helps me grow. But I'm trying to still like conquer that. Like, why can't I overcome it? It's because everything's different every time. Like, this performance is different, this one. So but that is something I am working on.
Okay. So what is your why?
Really, I think when I do all this stuff, it's to like prove to myself, really, because I'm not trying to sound like I have a big head or anything, but I know I was given gifts and that like I'm not super ordinary. So like,
say that.
Yeah.
Can you repeat that again? Because I think more people need to say that to themselves.
I'm just not ordinary. Like, we have all these gifts and talents, and I think they should be shared. So like even working, I'm like working day today and I'm like, this sucks. Like, you know, so I think it's good to like just kind of walk in your gifts, and I need to tell myself that, you know, more.
Yeah, because we're given that for a reason. And, you know, we hear that like our light, the more you walk in your gift, the more you're inspiring other people to walk in their gift. We all have like our pockets of influence. So it's like, oh, I see Tyra doing it, and like she's touchable. Like I can reach out and actually physically touch her. And so that in and of itself is like affirmation and a confirmation that, I mean, maybe I could do it too, you know, in my own way.
Yes, I will still touch on that. There's me just kind of battling that fear and doing stuff. I've met different friends along the way, and they have certain things that, you know, they admire about me and that I admire about them. So kind of when we get together, it's like this really beautiful thing, because it's just like we're just bouncing off, inspiring each other, and it's cool to see that you can help someone as much as they can help you. So
yes, and that's what it is, that ebb and that flow, that circle. So what is next for you? Do you have a next?
Really right now I want to continue to like get like a solid foundation in like my craft, and, you know, like how I even write songs, and I want to collaborate with people more. I was like putting together a band. We practiced yesterday, but just little things like that, like creating a good foundation with like artists, you know, and yeah. So
where does Tyra see herself in 5 or 10 years?
5 or 10? Really, I want a Pomeranian, like a little dog. And I kind of just want to, I'm in a period right now where I want to just, I want to be really stable, like in my job, you know, and then, you know, use the funds to like excel in my hobbies, because you can't do anything without money. Well, you can, but like
it's very hard.
Yeah, it's very hard.
And that's a lot, and that's what I tell a lot of creatives as well. Until you're able to get to a space, I mean, of course, jobs are not always fun, period, but just primary investors, like work that thing like your primary investor. Like, I'm gonna work this thing and it's going to give me what I need to do what I want to do. And so that's dope. So stable with a Pomeranian.
Yeah.
Or do you see yourself writing, recording any more of this?
Yeah, so I want to continue to like work on songs, therefore I can like perform them, because it's, you know, I can be like, I make music all day, but I think it's good to be able to show it, like, you know, what I'm actually doing behind closed doors. But yeah, I want to continue to write, make music. I want to practice instruments more. I try to play so many, so I never get to really focus on one, but I think guitar is where I need to be.
Yeah. So how many do you play exactly?
Okay, there's saxophone, there's guitar, there's piano, there's ukulele, and then I have a djembe, like a little drum. So you just see me in my house like one-man band, and it just doesn't sound too good, but you know, I try.
But you're doing it, and that's what I love. I love. So where can people find you?
You can find me on Spotify for my music it's just Tyra, all caps. It might be a little hard to find, but Instagram at Goldilocks, and then Locks is spelled with an X. So that's where I'm at, and that's where I post. I post a lot of music on like in the highlights. So I should probably post more like on the feed.
It's always a feel good vibe when I get to scroll your page. So
thank you.
Follow her. You'll get yourself some good stuff. So I want to thank you for joining us. Stay tuned. You'll get to see her perform a snippet of a song. And then also, you know, check her out at Queendom. So thanks for tuning in. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.